Everything was. Oh, just threw me in the deep end. I was mid sentence.
Was good. Yeah, baby, that's how we do around here. It ain't no warm ups, nigga. We just get this shit started, man. Episode 62, baby. Ladies and gents
We're
and
getting close to the
non-binary folks,
sex number.
sentient pebble beings. Yo, word, we getting very close. Spider sex.
Wait till we get to
You bugging now.
That's a little ways off the
Drug number.
420.
You talking about 14? Good golly, nigga. He said a little ways off. Nigga, I'm gonna have kids by the time we get there. What the fuck?
Shit, I don't know. I'm finna go get snipped tomorrow.
I mean, he can't save you.
Good. I don't want to be saved.
The nigga snip you. You know, that's gotta be the most painful pain on the world. Like, getting your shit snipped and still, like, getting somebody pregnant. Because you know it's like, it's not 0% after you get
It's not 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not, yeah. I would sue. Unless they probably have you sign paperwork saying that it's not 100%, and you could probably still get somebody pregnant. You know,
It says 1 to 2 women out of every 1,000. So that's literally like the 1%. The pregnant one. No. This is just the pregnant one. Like basically 99% safe. I'm sorry.
I was making a 1.
I see. They are rich and baby better.
Rich
and baby better.
Rich and the little white swimmers.
Rich and okay. The great white swimmers.
I said little white swimmers. Where you get great from?
Because my sperm great. What you talking about? My shit ain't little. My shit great. Great white swimmers. What are you talking about? I got Michael Phelps down there.
Statistically speaking, they're all little. I mean, we can't see them.
And statistically speaking, they're terrible swimmers considering only one wins. I feel like this field to be a little bit closer if you guys are all pretty good.
Imagine how it would be if, like, a bunch of sperm got to the eggs and, like, imagine if it was, like, insects where we were having, like, not even super child. Imagine we were having clusters of children. Like, spiders be dropping, like, fucking 90 eggs and just be carrying around on their backs. Imagine if humans was doing that.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is we gotta get, like, I always thought, like, the process of the whole 9 months carrying, I always like, yo, animals figure this shit out. Some of these animals they be storing the eggs and then one day just, today, squeeze that motherfucker out. And that's it. Like, bro, that 9 months shit is chopped, yo. That shit take way too long.
I mean, that's not just an animal thing. I mean, that's not a human thing. That's a mammal thing, because mammals in the wild be carrying babies long term, too. I don't know if it's 9 months, but
it ain't never that long. Like, hold on, let me look at the chart. No, I'm wrong. Horses literally would take almost a whole year.
Yeah. It's a mammal thing because we got a lot more shit going on, a whole spine and a brain to make, as opposed to some insects just popping out some shit in 24 hours, or like a snake. I don't know how long the birth cycle on a snake is.
Nigga, rhinos take about a year and 3 months.
Yeah, so we a little bit better off.
Damn, elephants is 2 years. Almost.
I feel like I heard that. I don't just have that ready in my knowledge bank, but I'm definitely heard that.
I'm looking it up right now. Let me see who be the quickest to just squeeze them out. Mouses at 19. That makes sense.
Oh, yeah. 19 what?
19 days, more.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Chipmunk is a month. Yeah, I can see that. Guinea pig, 2 weeks or 2 months. Yeah, fox, 50 days. Ferret, 40 days. Hamster, 16. Okay, that's the lowest, 2 weeks.
The smaller you get, the quicker it's going to be, because it's less complex to create a being that size inside of a womb.
Yeah, because a sperm whale takes 480 days on the low end, so I can see that.
They just random?
Well, no, remember, like, it's a gestational period, right? So, like, same thing with a human. Like, a gestational period is not always 9 months. Sometimes it's shorter, sometimes it's longer. But yeah, anyway, let's get out of here. I don't really care about the American bison's gestational period, which is 217 days, by the way. How did they get that number exactly? Every bison had their kid after 217 days?
There's got to be the average 9 months for humans. Actually, 9 months probably isn't even the average. That's probably the longest that it'll last. And then I have there been confirmed pregnancies that have gone on like 10 or 11 months? It just don't happen, right?
What you mean, like people?
Yeah, people like
Maybe
9 months. I would assume is the max, the absolute longest you'll go being pregnant. But it's not the average. A lot of people give birth early, like 6, 7, 8 months. It's not an exact science.
the longest recorded pregnancy was 375 days.
God damn!
Yeah.
And the baby was healthy?
Sure. Let me see. Let me. Her baby was born there. What? Oh, so the baby came out and was 6 pounds 15 ounces. And they were just like, well, why was the baby so small? And they was like, bro, look, Oh, and some people suggested that she had a miscarriage and that was his second child, which wouldn't really make that much sense. But
pretty sure she was like, no, if she had
yeah, pretty sure. The shortest recorded pregnancy where the infant survived was 22 weeks. Sheesh.
It survived and was healthy, or it survived and then like perished shortly after?
Survived but had a number of complications.
Like, did it grow?
Bro, I don't know. They had another baby that was born at 21 weeks, and she is now a toddler, and that was as of 4 years ago. Lord knows where she at now.
I'm not gonna say nothing negative. Let's move on. Why you laugh?
Because it's just funny to me. Because nigga just like, you know what? I'm not gonna say what we might be thinking, but let's just keep it shake. Yeah. Speaking of the beauty of giving birth, right? And we're talking about life and bringing another life into this world. We do have to speak about the juxtaposition, right? The other end of that, which is the not so beautiful aspect of actually raising your kids. And that leads us into our first topic, which would be Jennette McCurdy's new book. Ooh. And the reason why I said that is because the name of the book is I'm Glad My Mom Died.
God damn.
And that's a pretty straightforward time. And I remember reading some excerpts from this book where it was a lot of bad shit. Her mom wasn't really her mom really wasn't that type of person. It was a lot of shit. Like she developed eating disorders young because her parents was just like her mom was just on some like.
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
Yeah.
I heard about this, and she was also in that same book talking about how she was jealous of Ariana Grande because she was getting like preferential treatment on the Sam and Cat show.
Yeah, I saw that, and I saw, of course, and again, here's the folly of a man is that stands exist, unfortunately, and people can't read context. And so idiots were just like looking at this like, well, of course you jealous of Ariana Grande.
Yeah, like
it's like, bro,
she was
like she was
mad
like
because
hating
she
her.
missed
Yeah.
out on her career and doing, going out trying to find roles and gigs, but she couldn't because they wouldn't let her go. She had to film. Meanwhile, Ariana Grande could just go out and go episodes. So of course, she was resentful. I wouldn't even say jealous is the right word. It's probably like resentful.
Yeah, be resentful, like, or even I guess envy if you want to look at it like that, because it's just like, dog, listen, like, one, I'm dealing with my mother, like, first and foremost, I have to deal with the fact that there's this woman who forced me into this shit. I don't really even want to do this, but I'm the person who's supporting our family, right? So it's like I just can't, like, and I don't think people really understand that. Like, people don't understand the pressure that comes with being like 14 or 15 and having to provide for the whole family. You know what I mean? Like, and I think very few people can relate to that. Like, I can't. I can relate to being 17 and having to work and knowing that my money had to go to bills. Like, and even that was tough. You know, just being 17, being like, nah, I gotta pay for water. I gotta pick a bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom told me straight up, like, listen, yo, like, you working, I want you to save your money, enjoy your money, but you're gonna have to pick a bill because otherwise a bill won't get paid. And you know, but that's still on the low level, right? Because it's not like I'm a kid and like I gotta keep the lights on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might just have to pay for the trash bill. Worst case scenario, we'll have to dump our trash ourselves. Like, but like you are 14, 15, and your work keeps the lights on.
Y'all had trash bills in New Jersey? The fuck?
Like sanitation. It's like garbage, recycling, all of that shit.
Yeah, no,
it's
I
all
get what sanitation is.
Bro, y'all are a district, bro. Yes, y'all are a district, bro. Get out of my
district.
face.
It's been
sorry,
like
we're all
that Atlanta to fucking Virginia to North Carolina to Maryland, which is also not a district.
Those are four. I was about to say those are 5 places. There are at least 50 in this country.
I know. I'm just having to pay for sanitation is crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, the trade-off is that you get to live around white liberals who'll call the police on you. So, you know, it's not bad.
That's not a very good. I don't want that.
Oh, well, I mean, you know how it be. But anyway, let's stay focused for a second. But yeah, like I really don't think people. So, like you said, of course, that envy is gonna come with that because it's like you're 14, you're 15 with an eating disorder, with a mother who is a, you know, by all her accounts, a piece of shit, and you are basically fighting for your life as a 14-year-old, and you don't even know what it's like to be a kid.
This doesn't take away from anything that she went through, but I don't think she was 14 on Sam and Cat. She was like 14 on iCarly.
No, that's my point. But that's literally my whole point, though. Is
Sam
like
and Cat.
when I was, but my whole point is, I mean, not to be rude, but like I don't even care about Sam and Cat for a second because it's like iCarly is what got you hot. And on iCarly, Lord knows how old you were. You know what I mean?
I also read that she was very angry at Nickelodeon because they promised her own series after iCarly ended, and instead they paired her up with Ariana Grande and they made Sam and Cat.
Yeah, I'd be mad. She was 15 on iCarly.
So they
first
her
season.
whole career.
Yeah, 15 on iCarly. So, and it was a lot of bad stuff. Cause think about it, right? Like they did all of that for her, and she's supposed to get her own show. Then got the spinoff series, right? After which she exited the network. So it's like, really, that's all that they did for you. Doo bye. She did her own little web series,
And she had to
then
deal with Dan the Footman.
Yeah, of course. And then the oddest part, not the oddest part, but in 2009, which was in the middle of the iCarly run, you know, she wanted to do some music, and so she released an album. Lord knows I wouldn't have known. She released an album, but you know that didn't go the way we'd like it. But that's my thing. Like I don't think this. I remember someone saying like child stardom should be illegal, and honestly, I agree. I don't know how the fuck you make that illegal, but this shit really needs to be illegal because it's like what happens in these circles. It's never good. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I don't
It's
understand
never
how
good.
it's not more well regulated because there's child labor laws for niggas working at McDonald's, but these kids in Hollywood can try to. I was ever a parent of a child star, I would still work a full-time job and I would be the supporter of my family and I would save all of my kids' money and put it in an account for them for when they turn 18 so they can go to college or they can do whatever. I'm not using my child's money
But
to support the
see,
family.
here's the problem with that, though, right? Because, and this is why I think it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario. Because you can sit up here and say, like you just said, all right, I don't want my child to feel the pressure of you're the breadwinner at fucking 16 or whatever age you are. Like, I don't want you to feel that. I don't want that to be the truth. I don't want that to be the actual way that this works. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make my bread. I'm gonna do my money. Da da da. Here's the problem, though. You still got to leave your child with whoever you left your child with, right? Like, so Yeah, that might save your child from the pressure of you got to do this because we depend on you and we need you. Yeah, you might save them from that. But now you're also feeding them to the people who are now around them 24/7 because you work. You're not there no more. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're not the guy who's at every meeting, not here and not there, because you work 40
Right.
hours a week.
But we're thinking about this from a only parent lens though. Like, what if we have
Oh, I'm about to start my only parents account.
yo, yeah, I'm thinking. All right, so we can have one breadwinner that makes enough to take care of the family, and then you have the person, either be it the mother or father, that goes to all the shoots, does lines up all the
No, I
auditions,
get
and
that.
sets everything up. But it's unrealistic to think that people are going to do this. This is just the ideal scenario of what I would do. But 9 times out of 10, if somebody's trying to put a kid in Hollywood, they don't give a fuck about the kid. They're thinking about their bread from the actor career. So they're not gonna do nothing, for the kid's well being.
That was one of those things where, like, she was even talking about her dad. Like, there was and I gotta make sure I get all these parts right because I don't have access to the book. I'm just reading people's fucking articles on it.
Yeah.
But there was issues she had with her dad, right? So it was a lot of shit. Like, her dad worked the 2 jobs. He did exactly what you talked about, right? So it's kind of like, what really is going on here? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
she was in a Mormon family, right? A Mormon household.
Oh well, there you go.
Yeah, she was. Let me see. But yeah,
Some
she
niggas
was
can't
2
drink
years
coffee.
old when her mother was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. Um, and so pretty much the way that she went through life was like, I gotta make my mom happy, right? Because my mom might not be here long, da da da. So pretty much I'm dedicated, which was, so that's why I'm like, this is a setup from the jump. Like, from the jump, this is like, you were doomed.
Yeah.
Like, what could you have genuinely done here? And I think it's tough. Like I said, I think it's tough because I remember I read a section about how she was so angry at the character Sam, right? Because so much of that character was the shit that she was running from in her own life, right?
You
Like,
mean running from like the
well,
shit that
here's
was
what I
happening in
mean.
her real life? Like they were
Yes,
putting that
was
in the show?
reflected in the show. Yeah, yeah.
Why
So, for example, what do you mean why? Because they're sick niggas. It's
why are they taking
Nickelodeon.
crazy shit?
It's Nickelodeon. Dan Schneider, Footman. Come on, bro. It's the guy on the spigot. We know why. But literally, there was one where they were talking about there was a bunch of different storylines they did where Sam was eating and she was like a wild eater and all that. Mind you, now imagine you got scenes where you shooting where you eating crazy and in real life you have an eating disorder. You get what I'm saying? So you got that. Imagine scenes where you got all these issues with your mother and then you got all these different scenes in the movie or in the show where there's shit that's going on with a TP mom. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's a lot of shit that was in there where it was just like, damn. So like the welfare of these kids didn't matter to y'all niggas at all.
I was gonna say that's fucking sick. You niggas are degenerates.
Yeah. On top of the fact that like she was, Jennette McCurdy was shy at first, talking about she didn't really even want to act. And basically her mom was like, "Listen, dog, it's gonna happen." And then so the mom insisted on showering with Jennette McCurdy, sometimes making her share the tub
Hello.
with her teenage brother and conducted invasive breast and butt exams, i.e., I would say that's just sexual assault, to be honest. But so yeah. And then she pretty much said in her final years, as her mother was dying, she just got worse. You know what I mean? It didn't get better. It wasn't like she was on her deathbed, like, damn, I did you dirty, my fault, y'all. Nope, it just went the other way. It was just, I'm on my deathbed. Look at this bitch, yo. Look at you gaining weight. Like, I remember one point she mentioned she was like 90 something pounds, like 98 pounds. No, it was a excerpt, and I remember reading it. I was like, yo, that is some shit. But it was an excerpt where she was talking about her mother. Her mother was on her deathbed. She went to go visit her mother, and she was happy in her head because she was like, oh man, I got such good news from my mom. Wait till she hears this. And the good news was that she was down to 98 pounds. Like, really think about this. Your mother is dying, and in your head, from the way that you've been raised and everything that's going on with you, in your head, you're like, yo, I got the best news in the world. Not that you gonna get saved. Not that I got the most amazing opportunity to do so and so in my career. I'm down to 98 pounds, ma. Yeah. Look at your girl. I was just like, yo, this
that's
sick.
some insane levels of brainwashing on the mother's part, because the mother is literally on her deathbed. So none of this shit matters anymore. The fact that she pushed her into acting and doing all this, the mother is dying, so she don't even need to act anymore. But she's still coming to this woman whose opinion don't matter because she about to die, and telling her, "I'm only 98 pounds."
That sounds. It sounds super easy, but when you talk about, again, you're in a Mormon household, and this woman has had an iron grip on your life since you can remember.
No, I get it. That's why I said elite brainwashed. I didn't say nothing about Jennette McCurdy.
Oh yeah, nah. This is NBA Hall of Fame level brainwashing, dog.
Yeah, this is insane. So I get from Jennette's point of view, because that's your mother, one of the only sources of love that you get in your life.
You ain't get it
you
ever.
Want her happy. So even though she's dying, you still like, hey, I'm only 98 pounds.
You like, hey, look at your girl.
A week or two, it's not gonna matter. Damn.
Yeah. Shit, it wouldn't. Yeah. So I mean, it was a lot. She said that by 11, her mom introduced severe caloric restrictions, which is nasty work.
I ain't discovered till I was 28. That's crazy.
Which is nasty work. But yeah, no. So definitely sending out our shout outs to Jennette McCurdy, man. I always liked iCarly, so I was always like, it was funny, like how I like between Victorious and iCarly. I never really watched Sam and Cat like that, but like I did watch a lot of Jennette McCurdy shit. I still remember when she was dating fucking what's his name, the NBA nigga, Andre Drummond, big ass. That shit didn't make no sense to me. But yeah, man.
I didn't actually watch any of those shows. iCarly, Victorious, Sam and Cat. I didn't watch any of them.
You was too busy watching all the Negro shows, huh? You was watching Farrakhan speeches?
No, I was watching cartoons. I was watching like Adventure Time and
He was watching Kwame Ture speeches.
I was watching fucking depositions. For whoever don't know, Kwame Kilpatrick was a mayor of Detroit that got thrown in jail because a prostitute or a stripper was killed at his house. And he obviously he didn't do it. The evidence didn't suggest that he did it, but he wouldn't snitch on who did do it, so he went to jail. And this was a mayor of a city.
Detroit. Yeah, I see. They tried to charge this nigga with 20-something years for something that ain't even had nothing to do with what you said.
Oh, what else he do?
Wow, that's funny. That's really funny. So wait, hold on. Let me make sure I'm reading this right. Seeks from to satisfy try to collect. A former Detroit still owes the IRS against Kilpatrick, his wife. According to the court filings, his restitution, which was once pegged at $4.8 million, then reduced to $1.5, is still $200 sitting out there, right? So Kilpatrick took office as Detroit mayor in 2002. His fall began in 2008 when they published text messages that showed he lied during the police whistleblower trial when he testified that he did not have an affair with the chief of staff and gave misleading testimony about the. So my whole thing is, where was he at on the side of this firing of a deputy police chief? Like, was the police chief a shithead? Because if he was, I'm with this nigga 100%. But if he wasn't, then I mean, come on now.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you would.
Like you said, this was 2008. I was a high schooler. Barely a high school. I was like probably sophomore year.
So,
he went to jail, but I don't remember.
He was sentenced to 28 years in prison following a 2013 conviction on racketeering, bribery, fraud, and extortion. Good golly. But he found his second chance when former President Donald Trump commuted his sentence 20 years earlier. Look at that.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what he did for that.
I was going to say, I don't know how he got that.
You know what it is? Trump just saw another scammer.
No.
He just saw another scammer.
He don't see race. He sees scammers.
He respected the grift. He said, "Oh shit, yeah, always gotta respect the grift." Yeah.
That is crazy. How the fuck? Who wrote Trump just like, yo, free my nigga Kwame Kilpatrick, yo?
And he is like from Detroit, D-Town. I don't know. What does Big Sean have to say about
mayor.
this?
Big Sean literally made a song, and one song he was like, Detroit ain't even got a mayor. And there was a period when he went to jail when we didn't have a mayor, and they had to elect somebody real quick.
Yeah, that was a control verse. He's like, they say that shit ain't fair. How Detroit gonna stand a chance? We ain't even got a mayor, some shit like that. Yeah. But anyway, this is hilarious. Nah, listen, I'm telling you, bro. He just sensed it. He just felt another scammer in the universe, and he in trouble.
He just held his head early release forms, and he just suction cupped Kwame Kilpatrick's form.
Started like activating his men.
He was drawn to.
He activated shit was just seeking, just sifting through the pile. Just no. Oh wait, what? No. I can't free him. I'm keep moving. Wait, I'm getting big scammer energy. Hold on. The scam's so strong. It's. He said, let me see that nigga app.
It's like nothing but Nin on him, and he picked up. He could sense the one paper that had Nin on it. It was like this one right here.
He said, oh, hold on. What's this one? Application 92? Yeah. Take that one out.
28 years? Oh, you did something. Wow. Let's get you out of there, bro.
All right, let me see. Racketeering, bribery. Oh, come on. He just trying to get his bands up. Nah, let him out.
To this day, I still don't even know what racketeering is.
I don't know. All I know is racketeering, bribery, fraud, and extortion. Nigga, you did it all. That's all of the crimes. Like, that's all of them shits together.
There was a. I don't know about the top shit that you're talking about. Remember I said something about a dead stripper? There was a lot of bribery and extortion going on around that situation specifically. But I don't know about the sheriff's stuff.
Oh, and you did say he didn't snitch, so that was probably what it was.
Yeah, he didn't tell on nobody.
Yeah, okay. Hold on. Now I'm interested.
Detroit's pretty interesting.
That's hilarious. Kwame Kilpatrick returns to Metro Detroit to preach about prison reform. Yeah, I bet you want to reform, buddy. That was this year, too. Oh, man. Let me see. Oh, okay. A bunch of other niggas. All right, cool. Anyway, that's actually kind of hilarious to me. But where do we want to go from here? So we covered Jennette McCurdy's book. Shout out to Jennette McCurdy. Shout out to all the other Nickelodeon stars. Fuck Nickelodeon and Dan Schneider and all the executives that work there.
I was going to say, damn. Yeah, fuck Nickelodeon. Well, no, never mind, because they knew who they was hiring, and it's probably covering shit. Yeah, fuck Nickelodeon.
They got a playground for sick niggas. What you mean?
That's all what I said. They knew who they was hiring, and they was covering shit up, get them out of here.
Look, I want everyone in an executive role to go. Even if you was like the VP of like goodie bags, you gotta go, nigga. You're done for.
VP of goodie bags.
He ain't know nothing. He was just putting snacks in bags. Oh well.
Why they need a vice president to do that? You can't get an EA to do that?
He said, well, we got an EA to do it, but we need a nigga to oversee all the EAs that do it.
What? Yeah, that make a good point, because it's a lot of EAs, a lot of different shows, a lot of sets. No, that's
come on now. The VP of Giving. That's an actual title at a lot of different companies.
VP of Giving?
No bullshit. Not like giving, but like the VP of like, so anything that like the company gives out to people, like whether it be goodie bags or free shit, like someone has to track all of that.
Oh, okay. My company has that, but it's not called a VP.
Yeah, no, VP of Giving is like
VP of, and they gives out. Well, yeah, we have a marketing department, and they very closely monitor whatever swag we give out for our company. Like they approve the swag. They approve the designs. They approve everything. They approve who it's given out to. They approve
the swag. That sounds sick, yo. What type of world do we live in?
So that's definitely a real position. I guess
swag unapproved. Fuck you talking about? Go back to the drawing board, yo. I'm not feeling this.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You gotta have the right image for.
He said, bro, drawstring bags in 2022, yo? Come on, son.
Absolutely not. You need one of them the metal water bottles. That's what people like now, right? That's
Get
what
them
the
a
kids
hydro
like.
flask, a custom
Yeah,
one.
hydro flask with our company logo on it. Yeah, get one of them.
Yeah, them shit's expensive though. Don't play. Like the hydro flask is not cheap.
I assure you, they're expensive to us, but the niggas making them is definitely cheap.
I mean, like it's cheap to any company that's giving out swag, but like you have to understand, like they budget for swag is not that large. Like they be putting them swag budgets low. That's why them bags be like whatever candy I found, a t-shirt, and a little shitty water bottle, a plastic one, like and some pens and a stress ball. That's literally a swag bag. That's what niggas be giving out. That shit costs like $35 total.
Yeah.
That hydro flask alone will cost you like 60. Like them niggas is not going.
They don't got like cheaply manufactured hydro flasks with
Yeah,
some
of course.
microplastics and like the titanium skittle metal in there.
You said with the paint peeling off of it. It should got lead lines.
Yeah, listen, I'm looking for some shit so cheap. When you put water in it, the inside of the lining of the inside of the hydro flask is like coming off in the water. That's what I'm trying to get in it.
Should have tell you straight up, yo, don't put nothing hot in here, yo. It's gonna make the bottle like warp.
Don't that
said, bro,
like defeat the whole purpose?
He said, bro, how do you warp stainless steel? He said, because the steel ain't stainless.
Nigga, this is titanium magnesium.
This is an alloy like a motherfucker.
This is
not pure, nigga.
Hydro.
Yeah, and then you look into it and like, bro, that shit is just like 90% plastic and 10% metal.
It's plastic on the inside, metal on the outside to look cool.
Plastic on the inside is nuts. Like, bro, I need the plastic to be on the outside.
Listen. Would you rather have your shit insulated and stay cool or stay hot? Or would you rather have metal shavings in your drink? Pick one.
Said, bro, but I'm gonna just get the microplastics either way. Like, you cooking me no matter what. They're like,
okay,
oh y'all always complaining about
You've
something.
been getting microplastics though. Exactly, yo.
He said, bro, you already getting them, son. Like,
do you want microplastics or micrometals? What do you want?
I feel like we already getting both, so it really don't matter.
Nah, niggas are just not talking about microplastics. Can you imagine the uproar when niggas start discovering micrometals?
They already did, bro. There's metal. So you didn't read? Okay, this is not on the docket, but we will cover it.
Wait, are you talking about the Skittles metal alloy with Skittles?
Not the Skittles.
I don't like this.
And not the Skittles. I am talking about, and I quote, heavy metals in baby food and juice.
Is that why there's a baby food formula? I mean, not formula. Shortage right now.
Baby. I couldn't tell you that. But what I can tell you is that there were
how does that even happen?
So I mean, I don't know. The same way metal probably gets in the rest of that bullshit. It's just machines that aren't done like maintained well, big companies that are cutting corners. But anywho, so there's 45 popular fruit juices sold around the country, including apple, grape, pear juice, and fruit blends. And there were elevated levels of
what juice is this? This is specifically baby juice, right? Not like the shit that I be drinking.
Bro. 45 popular fruit juices, nigga. Ain't 45 baby fruit juices. Well, they might be, but like no, these are just regular fruit juices. I will hold on. I'll give you some of the brand names as I go further. These are absolute. Oh my god, I'm looking at them. These are 100% juices regular niggas drink.
This Tropicana. High C.
Let me see. Do I see Tropicana? I see Ocean Spray. So I mean, that already cooks mostly.
Ocean Spray. Yeah. Hey, that's 90% of niggas right there. That's now get them out of here.
Ocean Spray, Minute Maid, and Capri Sun.
Capri Sun.
Yeah, the Great Value drinks from Walmart. Apple and Eve.
You kind of expect that from Great.
Well, Whole Foods. Actually, no, hold on. I'm just reading all the ones that they tested. My fault. I'm fucking around. But yeah, so basically, long story short, they're saying that in 74% of the cases. No, I'm reading the wrong thing. Goddamn.
This nigga's spreading misinformation, y'all.
No, it's listen, it's heavy metals in y'all juice. You can look this shit up. But
now, when you
it's just
say
a matter
heavy
of which
metals,
juices.
what metals? How dangerous are we talking here?
Okay, I'll tell you the ones. Cadmium, lead, mercury, and inorganic arsenic.
Those all sound pretty bad. Mercury and
Bro.
arsenic sound pretty fucking bad.
I mean, bro, the only effects we're talking about are lowered IQ, behavioral problems, type 2 diabetes, and cancer, among other health issues. Like, it's really not that deep.
Oh, none of that shit gonna kill you immediately. So you can just enjoy your juice, be a little dumber, maybe get cancer, maybe not.
I mean, like, worst
Maybe
case
get diabetes.
scenario.
Wait. Are the metals causing diabetes, or is it the sugar from these juices?
Well, the metals are causing other
This
body and the metals are causing other issues in the body that end up leading to higher chances of getting diabetes. So,
okay,
like lead,
yeah.
for example, is associated with high blood pressure, heart disease, and arsenic is linked to cardiovascular disease. Like, think about it. Like, if we're talking high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, yeah, diabetes is right there.
I
So,
didn't know lead led to high blood pressure. I thought lead of just affected the brain and like affected cognitive abilities. I didn't know
affects
lead.
everything, baby.
Damn.
So let me see. Da-da-da. They looked at
Damn,
45
like, this country
juices,
really don't give a fuck about y'all, yeah.
22 apple juices, 13 blends, 7 grapes. Let's see. Among the findings, every product, all 45 juices had measurable levels of at least one heavy metal, including cadmium, arsenic, lead, or mercury. Half of the
So
juices, 47% of them, had concerning levels of cadmium, inorganic arsenic, or lead. None
what does
contained.
concerning mean?
Well, again, here's my issue with concerning, right? Because the way that this works, there are allowable quote unquote levels of lead and shit like that
There's
that are allowed in
allowable
certain
level.
cases.
Yeah.
Right? Now, my problem is there truly is no allowable level of lead. Like, that's just not a thing. Like, it's like you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense, bro. Like, there's no like allowable level of arsenic that's going to be like,
Nigga,
nah, it ain't gonna
arsenic
fuck
is
you up that
used to
much.
kill people.
Bro, it's not gonna smoke you that bad though, bro. Like, you
Yeah.
good, like.
Like, as
But
long as you don't drink a lot of this, like you
bro, oh,
listen,
you drink a lot of this? Ah, shit.
we put
Tell you what. In the way that this study works, they was even saying that if you were to drink 4 ounces a day, you can start to see risks.
let me tell you, boy. That's
If
why I'm fucked up now. This whole time I thought it was because of like drinking and drug use that my brain has declined.
well, it is
Remember
drinking. It
what
just ain't
yeah,
that
listen,
drinking.
listen, listen. Yeah, listen. Remember last week I was talking about how I used to be able to multiply numbers really
Mm-hmm.
well, and now I'm not as good. I used to drink a lot of juice, specifically ocean spray. Um, I used to drink
Oh,
a lot of Simply too, Simply apple juice, Simply lemonade, all that. If they said 4 ounces a day, you will start to see results. I was knocking back like, yo, the
he said
64 ounce
knocking back.
bottles. Yeah, no, I
Nigga
was knocking
said
back
knocking
64-ounce bottles,
back.
cranberry juice, apple juice.
Nigga killing the shit by him, the jug by himself. But hold on. So let me
No,
keep going through this,
I
right?
mean, yeah, go ahead.
So 5 of the products with elevated levels, let me see, elevated levels of heavy metals are juice boxes or pouches. These pose a risk to children who drink more than one pouch
What
a
percent
day,
was
and
that?
5 out of 45. So that's what, 1/9, about 11%.
Damn, so I'm still in the majority with the bottles. Fuck, all right, keep going.
So 7 of the 21 juices, and these are the 21s that had concerning levels. 7 of those could harm children who drink 4 ounces or more a day. Which again, kids are like, what kid drinks one Capri Sun and is
Yeah,
like, yeah, ooh, all
yeah,
right, I'm
no,
good,
nigga, kids
I'm
are
straight.
chugging. Nigga, when I was a kid, I was drinking like 9 Capri Suns a day.
50 lemon Capri Suns. So on
Yeah.
average, grape juice and juice blends have the highest heavy metal levels.
What do kids be drinking? grape juice and juice blends.
Juice blends, yeah.
They gotta be doing this on purpose, yo.
Organic juices didn't have lower levels of heavy metals, so that ain't gonna save you.
So organic, we not even safe with organic drinks. Yeah.
A bunch of them tried to say that some heavy metals are naturally occurring, and like they tried their
Nah,
hardest
bro,
to write this off. Our highest priority is safety, and then we adhere to all government regulations and boo, don't care. And my whole thing is, it's just like, again, it's a matter of what is this acceptable exposure level of heavy metal. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you consider, think about it. This is just juice. So let's say my child is drinking a cup a day. So he's already getting cadmium and lead and mercury and all that from just the juice. Now let's talk about the titanium dioxide in the foods, right? Now let's talk about all the shitty preservatives in the food, right? Let's talk about all the bullshit in the air that I'm inhaling, right? All the crap in my water, right? All the
Let's
shit.
talk about
So
the
it's like,
kids in Flint that have fucking lead in the water.
no, right. But that's
Kids in
what I
school
mean.
that have lead in the paint that they fucking breathe in.
That's what I mean. So when I say, like, people will point to vaccines, right? They'll point to like government conspiracies, like, oh, they're doing this. Dog, the answers to why people are so unhealthy is right in front of you. We have the answers. There's just no oversight for any of the bullshit that goes into here. And until someone dies, no one cares. You get what I'm saying? Like, and the problem is,
Even when people die, they still don't care. They try to
yeah,
cover it up.
and we're talking specifically with this is bioaccumulation. So we all know, think about it, what's like the American, not even the American, the human attention span, but I would actually absolutely say the American attention span, nigga, no one can keep up that momentum for 15 years. And unfortunately, we're talking about bioaccumulation of heavy metals. Like, you're not going to die from drinking one cup of apple juice. Worst case scenario, it's just going to decrease your IQ over 20 years. And there's no functional way for people to actually measure that. So unfortunately, now what I will say,
So wait, before you get into it, my question with bioaccumulation is, how does it work, and why do microscopic metals and plastics get stuck in our body and don't get pushed out like feces? How do they just get stuck in the body?
well, think about it. Think about the way that our body absorbs nutrients, right? What people fail to realize is the way we intake something, we eat it, right? And what happens is the nutrients from what we eat seeps into our bloodstream,
So if
right?
it's as small as the nutrients, then
Well, not even, it's not about size necessarily, but it's just about literally how our body absorbs things, right? So let's say you're drinking the same juice, right? It gets to your intestine, and when it's in your intestine, it gets sucked through the lining of the intestine to get filtered back out to your blood, right? Because that's how liquids work. That's how alcohol works, right? For example, you drink alcohol, your body literally pulls the alcohol out of, wherever it's stored at, and then it seeps into your bloodstream. That's why we talk about blood alcohol levels, right? So what happens is, whatever you bioaccumulate is in your blood. Now, whether it gets filtered out, whether all of that comes down to a million other things, right? But the problem is, think about it. If you're taking 2-3 cups of apple juice a day, and then you add in cigarette smoke, you add in weed smoke, you add in alcohol, you add in not exercising, you add in all the other bullshit that's in our foods, you add in all the crap that's in our air, you're inhaling and consuming garbage all the time. So what happens is, you might be getting just mercury from this drink, but nigga, you don't know where else you're getting mercury from. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe the mercury and the lead and the so and so meet up in your bloodstream, and then it's like, so that's how the bioaccumulation works, where it's like your body, it's still your blood, but like once it gets to your blood, think about it, your blood that goes through your kidney, that goes through all of that other shit. And think about it, if you drink a lot, well, your kidney ain't necessarily at peak physical condition. So then we have other issues, and so there's a thing where there's like an allowable level of parts per billion for these heavy metals, and the problem is there shouldn't be any allowable level. Now I understand why there is, because if there was zero, then there'd be a lot of niggas who wouldn't be able to ship their products out until they got everything right, and of course that fucks the money up, and that's ultimately what this always comes back to: the money. It always comes back to the money, because if you set these, like, because right now the FDA's they have a proposed 10 parts per billion limit for inorganic arsenic, right? And so my whole thing is, let's be real here, right? Three samples from Trader Joe's fresh pressed apple juice tested at 15.4 parts per billion. So realistically, if you were to make that limit hard and say, nah, you can never go over this limit, or if I was actually following up on all of this shit, it would hinder their money. And that's what this always comes back to. Like, that's why I always try to get people to understand, it's not a conspiracy. Like, they're not trying to kill you, bro. They're just trying to make bread, and if you die, then they don't care. Like, that's like, literally, there's a difference. There's a difference. I need you to understand, like, you are not their concern. Yeah, like, and I think that's the difference. Yeah, you can't keep buying, but at the same time, I don't really care if you live. I just want you to buy. Like, and so people fail to realize, like, there's a difference between that and a conspiracy where, like, they're targeting us and they're no, baby. They just said the organic juices ain't safe. They targeting niggas with money too. It don't matter. It don't matter who it is. Just
whoever get it. I'm airing
whoever getting juice. Out. Yeah, and it's about the bread. So, and then people fail to realize, like, then you add in how much bullshit is in the soil, right? Then you add how much bullshit is in your fruits and vegetables when they take it out the soil, and it's a lot of suspect shit going on, right? Like, it's a lot of joints going on, and I don't know, man. I think people would genuinely need to look more into this, because I know it's a lot. I know it's one of those things where once you know all of it, you feel like you can't eat nothing, you can't drink nothing, you can't enjoy nothing. I mean, look, bro, you was already consuming the poison, so it's at this point, it's just like, it's a matter of looking around and seeing what works for you. And you know what I'm saying?
Do some damage assessment. Pick what you want to pick.
Yeah, literally. It's like, it's
apparently overseas, them niggas talk like American food is so full of preservatives and all this shit, which it is, but they act like they don't have the same shit.
But you know what? They're a little full of shit too, because theirs works the same way, except they're much more likely to, like, once it's presented to the public, then they move.
It's cut out.
But realistically, that does not stop you from poisoning me for 15 years until a study's done. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, y'all will pretend like this is the same thing, and plus they have to also understand, it's the EU. The EU has 20-something countries that all take place. So they have 28 minds coming together to figure out. We have one, and our one mind ain't that good. Like, so realistically, come on now, and we're Americans. Whenever we watch, you said what?
I said we have one. You said it's not that good. That nigga is on his deathbed with.
You're not even talking about Biden. I'm talking about the FDA, nigga. No one's looking at this.
No. I'm not talking about Biden. I'm talking about America. You said America has one mind.
Yeah, when I say one mind, it's like, yeah, it's not good. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, we're on our deathbed. We're done.
But that's what I mean. So that's why, like, I'm always just like, bro, like, y'all will fool yourselves into thinking, like, don't get me wrong, y'all food is on average healthier than ours, because again, you have 28 people who are factoring into this with their, you know what I mean? There's 28 nations who are involved, or I don't know if it's actually 28, but it's, you know, the European Union is
obviously a lot. Yeah,
it's mad at y'all niggas. So it's mad at y'all factoring into this. Whereas in America, we have one. So think about it. If I wanted to buy, for example, if I wanted to buy some regulation in the European Union, it might be a lot harder, because I might say, all right, I go to the big boys, I go to Britain, I go to some of the niggas that are considered huge in the EU, and I spend my money there. But I can still lose in a vote, right? I can still lose in a vote, because I could get Britain, I could get Germany.
Exactly. It comes down to, listen, I want to fuck over people and make money, but there's so many different countries here. Some of them niggas might not go for that. The big countries obviously gonna go for that, but
yeah, and they might be able to lean on a couple countries here and there. But then it's like, dog, I can't force all 28 of y'all to be with this shit, or enough of y'all to pass this. So it's harder. It's absolutely harder to feed people bullshit in that environment, because you have way more people overlooking this, overwatching this. You get people who do their own independent research, all of this shit. Whereas with America, it's one group. And listen, I mean, at this point, if you control the White House, I mean, not even control the White House, because the FDA doesn't change anything. Like, when we talked about the list of additives, when we did that Skittles thing, like, bro, the list of additives have not really been looked over since the 60s. No one's doing it. It doesn't matter who the president is. No one's bothering, because they're like, nah, I don't want to get into that, because it's money. It's big money. And I don't want to fuck nobody's pockets up. So I'm going to let y'all sell y'all bullshit. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at these juices. It's every juice. It's Minute Maid. It's Mott's. It's Nature's Own. Ocean Spray. Old Orchard. Welch's. Oh no!
Simply? It's not Simply.
I don't think it's They have Simply Balanced. That's a Target brand. I don't know what the hell that is.
I'm just making jokes. I don't actually care because I haven't. Well, I mean, I care about the people drinking this.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I actively have apple juice in my cup right now.
Me, I can't even tell you how long.
Yeah, I'm literally drinking Nature's Own apple juice. Like,
one of them. Damn.
No, sorry, it's not Nature's Own. It's not Nature's.
It don't matter because it's every brand.
Yeah, no, it probably does not matter. You're right.
But like I was saying, I haven't had juice in literally years. I just remember the other day I said I was craving apple juice just because I saw somebody drink apple juice. I was like, damn, that looks good. But I haven't had any type of juice. That doesn't mean anything because it's been accumulating in my body for all this time. Because I've been drinking juice ever since I was a kid for like maybe 24 years.
I'm not gonna hold you. I gotta go pee real quick, so let me just skedaddle on out here right quick.
All right, I'll continue when you get back because I had more to say, specifically to you, not just the viewers. You. Actually, I gotta pee too. Actually, let me get some juice. I want some. I'm feeling some micro metals for dinner tonight. That sounds pretty good, actually. All right. Just take it back. I gotta ask. On a peaking dick. Um, or you back?
Yeah, we bike at it.
Hello.
Hello? Yeah,
Okay.
we back. Yeah.
All right. So I had a few things while you were gone. First thing is, while I haven't had juice in years, I avidly drink diet soda, so I also know my life is in jeopardy from that because I can only imagine, aside from the cancer causing fake sugar, what other microplastics and micrometals are in diet soda.
Oh yeah, 100%. They don't listen. That's why I try to tell people like, don't think you dodging it by drinking this or drink like dog. Unless you making your own tea at home, which again they doing shit to the tea too, y'all. So like,
Are
come
they
on
doing
now.
shit to the water too? Like, god damn, what can we drink to not die?
Well, I mean, they literally are doing shit
Ah!
to the water. I mean, niggas. I mean, Flint. Yes, the water has been.
Well, I mean, that's not them doing shit to the water. That's them neglecting and fucking up an entire population of people. They're not.
What are you
To
arguing?
say they didn't intentionally do that, but the fact that they
it
haven't
doesn't
fixed
matter.
it is definitely intentional.
I mean, the intent doesn't matter because I'm still getting it, nigga. I don't care if you didn't mean for me to get shot, nigga. If you pointed a gun at me and it banged on me, then yeah, yeah, I'm mad about that.
I wonder how many other cities have issues like Flint, where it might not be as severe as Flint with lead, but it's got other shit in the water and it's getting no coverage because nobody knows.
You know what's
Because
funny?
they'll just let shit flow under the radar.
When the Flint thing came up, I remember looking around about like water issues, and I think the number was around 40% of the entire country.
40%. 40%. That's almost half. That's like 20 states.
Oh, hold on, let me see. In any given year from 1982 to 2015, somewhere between 9 million and 45 million Americans got their drinking water from a source in violation of the Safe Drinking Water Act. Now, that's just, think about it. That's just, say, 45 million in violation. You can be close to be violation, and still that's not good water. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, Lord knows what the real number is. It could be like 25%, 20%, 30%. But yeah,
I've been saying this for years, but we are literally in hell.
Yeah, no, I'm like, bro, it can't get no worse than this. Well, I mean, it could, but it shouldn't get worse than this.
It will, because like I said, we're in hell. It's gonna keep getting worse.
Please.
Eventually, shit's just gonna start catching on fire. It's just, yeah.
Or if you live in a disgusting, despicable, and just dastardly place in this world, such as Florida, then you may have a governor who's just a despicable person, you know. And so I know we don't normally talk about politics on here, but I really did want to discuss this just for
we
a
talk
second.
about jokes and making fun of people.
Yeah, 100%. But I did
We were
want to
literally
speak.
talking about politics earlier with Kwame Kilpatrick and Trump.
That's funny. Well, we didn't really like get into politics. We just mentioned
We
what
just
happened.
mentioned
That's not really.
politicians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mentioning politics is not the same as like getting into politics, in my opinion. But so okay, so let me just set the stage for this, right? So Governor Ron DeSantis, right, the clown bag in Florida, who's the governor, passed a bill called just wait for it, the Stop Woke Act. All right, so it's called the Stop Woke Act. And I'm sure woke stands for something. It's all caps. I'm not really gonna look it up because I don't care what they said that it was. But so the way that this bill works, let's
Definitely
see.
works to piss me the fuck off.
Yeah, 100%. This would no, that's not it. Damn it! Just tell me what's in the bill, nigga. Damn. Oh, so they passed the bill. The House passed the bill. The Senate passed the bill. Da da da. And so, long story short, oh, here we go. Stop the Wrongs to Our Kids and Employees Act. That's what the woke stands for. Wrongs to Our Kids and Employees. Yo, niggas are so bad at acronyms. Yo, y'all gotta step your acronym game up, son.
Nah, they can't because they're fucking stupid.
So anyway, so hold on. Let me find. I'm trying. Thank you. Fuck. Thank you. The law allows teachers to quote address how the individual freedoms of persons have been infringed by slavery, racial oppression. Opportunities to know how they may not be used to. Oh, okay, gotcha. So basically, it's about individual freedom, right? Long story short, they don't want you to speak to any systems, right? They don't want you to address any systemic racism. They don't want you to do any of the this article fucking stinks. Who's this? Time.com? Eat shit. Like, this is the worst article I've ever read. Niggas won't even explain the fucking bill.
Because they
no, the bill is just stupid. It's basically just like saying like you can't do critical race theory and you can't teach kids about like any sort of. Well, first off, critical race theory is like the most annoying thing ever. They're only teaching this
I was
to
literally
long
about to say
level niggas. Like, would you shut up? Like,
that's
critical
literally what I
race
was about
theory
to
is just
say.
common sense. Like the shit that y'all.
This is a fucking talking piece for Republicans. Every nigga talking about critical race theory either doesn't know what it is or is just railing against it to keep their
just to rail
voters.
against it. Yeah. Because people fail to realize is like one, like I
Yeah,
mean,
like law students.
like in graduate level students, like one, and then two, like the other stuff that you're claiming is critical race theory is literally just I don't know acknowledgement of the truth. Like
Exactly.
it's just stuff like okay, well there are systems put in place that were based on racism that have affected people for generations, and even if the
They don't
system
want to
first off,
acknowledge that. They don't.
yeah, no, it's like you know what it is. It's like when you talk about luck. When you talk to a person who's very successful about luck, you ever see like some of them will pretend like, nah, I didn't get lucky. I worked hard. I did it. No, you got lucky. Listen. That's the difference. That is, I'm gonna be 100% honest here. Luck is the difference between success and not being successful. As is preparation and all the other shit that goes into fucking being successful. Hard work ethic, all of that. Yeah, 100%. But luck is it. Luck is the final piece because think about it. Even if you take somebody like who was destined for this, like take a guy like Trump, he got a small loan of $1 million, right? He still got lucky to get as big as he got because he easily could have just been one of those kids who I got a small loan of $1 million, I turned it to 100 million, and I stop right there, right? But there was luck somewhere along the way. Now I can't say what the luck was, only he could. But then that's the problem. Like a lot of these rich folks, when it comes to luck, when it comes to
Nigga,
systems benefiting them, they
there
want to
was
leave that part out.
there was a lot of luck into his investments, so he made money, sure. But the luck originally was him getting a small loan of $1 million.
It's
The
not luck.
beginning
That's not
part
luck.
of that was
That's
it's
not
luck
luck.
for anybody that doesn't have
Well,
a
no, that's
family
not.
that.
But that's still not luck, is what I'm saying. That's just privilege. There's a difference.
Oh,
Privilege means a lot. Yeah, 100%. But what I'm saying, even the privileged
okay,
get lucky.
yeah, as I was saying, it's basically the same thing. Yeah,
To a degree, but so here's what I mean, right? Like when I say difference between like luck, right, is like for example, you can take an artist who had a song, and let's say the song was just a banger. Like this shit is gonna ring out. When niggas hear this, they gonna get up, they gonna move. It's just how this song works. It's just you did the science on the song. The song is hypnotic almost, right? Now think about it. You take that same song and you release it the way you want to release it, right? Or you got that song in the tuck. You're trying to get it released. Your label's like, nah, I don't want to hear that. And you're like, what? No, this is the one. The label's like, nah, we don't believe in it. So the label won't do it. You go somewhere else, they don't want to hear it. You go somewhere else, they don't want to hear it. Then you get lucky. You run into a certain person. You run into one of the best producers in the game, and he hears it, and he's like, yo, you got to get this out right now. And you're like, well, what do you? And he's like, I'll leak it. I'll leak it for you. Fine, don't worry about it. He leaks it. The radio stations pick it up. It becomes the #1 hit. That's luck. That's luck. You get what I'm saying? Because you got luck because the label could have released it and they might not have done no numbers. The label could have did it and it might have just floundered because the label didn't know what to do with it. But depending on how that situation plays out, nigga, you can get lucky to where I might have had something that was a hit, but it's the difference between a hit and a hit. You get what I'm saying? Like a timeless hit, a classic. Like I can have a hit where for the next 3 months, this is all you're gonna hear. But then 2 years later, no one's talking about this song no more. Versus something that's gonna last forever. Like that's luck. Like when you talk about some of these things, it is luck. And I think in the same way people don't want to acknowledge luck, they don't want to acknowledge how systems have benefited them either. Because it's like, dog, you were privileged enough to
we talk
belong to.
knowledge that the system exactly.
Hmm, yeah,
I
that shit's
think
pretty rough.
I think my mic fucked up.
Yeah, I think
What was I
our
saying?
audio got crossed.
Yeah, no, I was talking about. We've mentioned this before when people are afraid to admit that they benefit from the system because they think, "Oh, I've got this great job. I'm doing all this and all that,"
Yeah, I
and
did
they
this.
refuse to admit that you're just you're not, they get so angry at the thought that they're not special.
I just don't understand it though, because to me it's just like I would love for there to be a world where I mailed it in, I did the bare minimum, and I got lucky enough to still become a star. That's amazing. Why is that
I
something
wouldn't even
bad
be
to y'all?
mad. Exactly. I would
Yeah,
be like,
why is
I'm
that
good.
bad to y'all? Like, and that's the part that killed me because it's just like, bro, everyone in this world, with some exceptions, works pretty fucking hard because you don't have a choice. You really don't have a choice. Everyone pretty much has to work hard, dog. Like it's not really and the people who don't work hard just can't get too far. But the problem is, think about how many niggas work hard and get nowhere. Think about how many niggas work 2 jobs, get nowhere. Think about how many niggas do everything that they supposed to do and get nowhere. Like with a little bit of luck or with a system that's backing that person up, that guy is not the same person. And that's the whole point that people don't want to realize. Like take a system that goes out of their way to benefit let's say line cooks, right? You know what? If you a line cook, I'm gonna go out. Yo, I'm telling you, if you cooked in a kitchen in a restaurant, yo, we gonna go crazy for you. We gonna give you home loans. We gonna help you get better. We gonna do everything for you. We gonna praise your houses at higher value. We gonna give you everything. You know, we talking about what white folks have got. We gonna give you all of that just for being a line cook, right? Now, do you think in that same world, line cooks wouldn't suddenly out of nowhere start to become much more successful at what they do? Like that's my whole point. The system now allows for them to flourish, whereas before the system might have been stepping on them. But now the system's like, oh, now we love line cooks. Those are our guys. Let's make sure we do. So it's like, dog, I just don't understand people's like people will be
That's
up in
literally the
arms.
definition of systematic racism, and people, like you said, they don't want to see it.
Yeah,
That's why they refuse to acknowledge it.
yeah, and it's not about, and again, that's what these laws are about. These laws are about, we got a new generation of kids coming up, and I can't even, because they're getting it. They're getting that education already, even outside of our schools. They're hearing it already. They're
Yeah.
already getting these notions in their head, whether it be TikTok, whether it be social media, whether it be the TV, whether it be the media, whether it be books, movies. It don't matter. They're getting this from somewhere, from these places, which is why they're banning books, which is why they're
That's why.
stopping teachers from talking about these things. Like it becomes
Yeah,
very
I was about to
transparent.
say, shit is about to get really dark in the future if there's obviously going to be a lot of children that are already being raised by, racist or ignorant people,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to these schools in Texas, which is
Texas, Florida, yeah, a couple places.
already boogery, and then Florida. So all these kids, what they're literally trying to do is they're trying to erase white guilt. That's it. They don't want it. They already in Texas changed textbooks from slavery to, what was it, like, happy servants or
It
indentured
was like
servants or something.
yeah, it was like
Yeah,
involuntary servitude or some shit
involuntary
like that.
servitude, and they got rid of Native Americans and their slaughter and the happy trails and all that, and they changed that to something else too. They're literally trying to, this generation of white children after Gen Z is just gonna grow up to have no type of racial awareness whatsoever. They're trying to. It's like Republicans are going nuclear right now. They're literally trying their damnedest just to make sure that the next generation is as fucking far right wing as possible with no hindrances whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. and and I think they're realizing that it's a regional fight to begin with. Like, think about how often like people will say it don't matter who president because you still suffer no matter what, right? Like it matters what's going on locally, what's going on in your state, what's going on in your county, what's going on in your borough or your city or your town. That's the shit that's more important because that affects your daily life. And I think these niggas are smart enough to catch that. They're like, all right, you know what? Old boy is president. I ain't even gonna worry about that. I'm gonna focus on Florida. I'm gonna focus on Texas. I'm gonna focus on my state, and because I'm the governor here, so I'm gonna do. You really look at the way that Florida's being run, like nigga, this nigga's running this shit like he's the king of Florida, like, and that's what I think niggas are going for. They're trying to literally get to the point to where it's a separate kingdom, and essentially think about it, with a Republican president, Florida would be a separate state on its own. It really wouldn't even be the United States anymore. It'd just be Florida.
Yeah,
It'd be 49 states in Florida or 48 states in
that's
Florida and Texas.
that's the scary part because niggas are really pushing for electing this bitch ass nigga in Florida. I'm not even gonna say his name. I'm not gonna say his name. He's gonna be Voldemort. He who not should not be named. This whole ass nigga who I would fucking beat the dog shit out of if I had the opportunity. They're trying to elect. 100% sure he's actually gonna run because the same people that have been, denying Trump losing and saying the election was a fraud they're all pushing towards him.
Mm-hmm.
It's clear as day. Everybody can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to push this man
Yeah.
to it. It's just
And
clear
I
as day.
think about it. He has set the tone in the sense of, well, for example, whoever runs against him, when we're talking about a Democrat, like think about the candidates, possible niggas that we could think of. We're talking about Elizabeth Warren's, maybe Kamala Harris's, the Buttigieg, all the other. I'm never gonna get his name right. I just want to let y'all know. I know exactly how to pronounce it, and I'm not gonna say
Pete
it. I just won't do it.
Buttigieg.
Pete Buttigieg.
You talking
So
about Nathan from the show on Comedy Central?
he said Nathan. Yeah, him.
Nathan Fielder, that's his name.
Yeah. Somebody else said Nathan Felder looks like Ezra Miller with the mask from the Jim Carrey on.
No, that's even better. You know how the nigga to be the evil version of Dave Chappelle? Ezra Miller is the evil version of fucking Nathan Fielder.
Nathan Felder, that's hilarious.
Is that his name Felder?
I think it's Felder. I'm not sure.
I thought it had an I
actually not sure. It does. Yeah, it's Fielder. I'm sorry, I got it wrong.
Yeah. So yeah, Ezra Miller is definitely the evil version of fucking Nathan Fielder for sure.
But what I'm getting at though, right, is the hard part about old boy in Florida is like he has the track record in terms of people will ask, well, what have you done? What has Elizabeth Warren done since she ran for president? I have no clue. I'm not gonna say nothing, but I have no idea. What has Pete Buttigieg done? I have no idea, right? What has Kamala done? Nothing.
We can
I'm gonna
say
say
nothing because we don't know. We can say nothing because we don't know. But this nigga Ron DeSantis
has done exactly what his people want, and that's why I'm saying where it gets scary, because it's like, as wild and unhinged and as non-American or non-democratic as all this is, y'all will still look at this and say, well, nigga, if he has a base that wanted this, he gave them everything. And he put everything on the line for it. He wasn't sitting up here saying, nah, we can't get it done. The parliamentarian in Florida said, bro. If he had to fire you, he fired you. If he had to pressure you, he pressured you. He just did it. And my whole thing is, like, at the end of the day, I hate everything these niggas stand for. But at the end of the day, damn, it feels good to have somebody stand up for your shitty beliefs like that. Ooh-wee. When you got a nigga who really, the Stop Woke Act, bro, nobody knows what woke means, especially not these white folks. But the Stop Woke Act, on top of the Don't Say Gay, on top, bro, listen, whether these laws work or not, like a judge is probably going to block a bunch of these and maybe they'll never get enforced or da-da-da. It don't matter, because I still did everything.
Push them through is already enough.
Yeah, bro, listen, I did everything my niggas want, and that's my whole thing, where it's like, y'all gonna have a tough time running against these niggas.
Yeah, two things really piss me off about this shit. The first is that white people, specifically right-leaning Republican white people, have co-opted the word woke.
Which they do with everything.
I was going to say shit like, for shizzle, back in like the early 2000s, and then white people obliterated that into the ground. And now, it's not even words, it's fucking memes on Black Twitter, or fucking whole entire phrases. Like, remember when niggas used to say fucking, oh, child, and white people were saying, woo, Chile?
Woo, Chile.
Yeah, like, white people take everything and destroy it. But what I was originally saying was, the fact that they co-opted something woke and an antagonist against racism, that pisses me off. Second thing is the fact that this nigga might actually be a contender for president.
My thing is, if it ain't Trump, then it's got to be him. Who's gonna who's gonna garner the votes above him? Like, if he runs, I wholeheartedly believe on that side, he's set in the top two. It's the only nigga he can lose to is Trump, in my opinion.
That's what pisses me. That makes me scared, because
Trump will just step on him. That'd be the hilarious part.
No, that would be. I would fucking die laughing if Trump still ran and then won.
He ran. He was gonna. He'd step on him. Nasty as hell.
I would fucking die laughing. But what I was about to say was, I'm not afraid of anything, because I'm that nigga
Yeah,
But
we just construct it uniquely, of course. Go ahead.
obviously, but if this nigga wins, he's a lot smarter than Trump, and all the dog shit bullshit in Florida, he gets that on a federal stage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I
That's
tell you.
scary to think about.
You don't know, 100%. 100%. And I think it's one of those things that to the first point that you said, which was if I can remember what that point was, I'd respond to it. What was the first thing you said?
First thing I said was that white people co-opted
Co-opted the
woke.
words. Right. Yeah. So what I was gonna say about
Yeah.
that is it's part of a playbook. And obviously, I mean, it's just the nature of folks. They find something that they never knew about and then they like it and let's use it and let's co-opt it and use it out of place, And when it's like just slang, I mean, it is what it is. Some people go crazy over that. I'm not really, because I understand that there's bigger things here. Because the problem is the woo chile is like just annoying, right? Like it's just
literally.
genuinely annoying.
Yeah, I
But
don't
when
have a
you
problem with
co-opt,
any of that. It's just fucking,
right?
it's annoying. It's cringy.
But
I
when
just
you co-op a word like woke, right, or you co-opt CRT or the critical race theory, right, or when you co-opt even defund the police, Black Lives Matter. Think about all the things we've been screaming out, saying out, whatever, that have been co-opted. What? Black Lives Matter mean nobody? Bro, listen, if I say pizza is amazing, does that mean pasta's trash? Like, you are the dumbest nigga that's ever lived. Like, but it's like, and again, there's easy retorts for this, but people still kept going because that's the play. The play is you say something enough to where people associate it with negativity. So now, whenever you say that word, even if they have no idea what you're saying next, they're just like, yo, listen. Please spare me. Right? So, for example, same thing is perfect example is racism. Think about how racism was, right? There was a point in time, and it wasn't that damn long ago. I'd say it's less than 15 years ago, where if you call a white person racist, they stopped dead in their tracks and they had to fight them accusations. They had to beat them accusations.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You call a white man racist, and he looking around the room. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. Let me think. I got a black friend. Okay, check. Like you would have to fight those allegations, bro. There was no just swim moving past that. Like, but now think about what they did to racists, right? When they started calling people racist and they would call people racist for shit, and then it got to the point to where they associated racism with the wokeism and wokeness and all this other stuff to the point to where now you call a white person racist, they just shrug it off. Like, oh,
no, you're
what?
just woke.
I'm racist because I don't want to stay around black people that much. Yeah,
Nigga, the fuck?
yeah. That's literally racism. Okay, well, listen, I'm not lynching
you guys are
anybody or
just woke.
da. You're like,
That's
oh,
that's
okay,
not that's not
okay,
racism.
that's racism, right? Like nothing else, just that. Gotcha.
Yeah, no. If I'm not, what are you talking about, bro? Russell Westbrook. What the fuck are you niggas talking about?
Bro, what are you talking about? Like, but you see it. They did it with that. They did it with Black Lives Matter. Same thing, right? To the point to where people who had no sort of thoughts on either side would hear it and they'd hear some of the All Lives Matter arguments, and they're like, well, yeah, okay, yeah. Because it's like,
I'm
why
not
y'all
black. My
saying y'all lives
lives
matter so
matter.
much when yeah, like, and so they do this with everything. They did it with groomer recently, right? To the point to where now groomer is just like a word you throw out, like when it has a meaning and we know what the meaning is, and y'all literally are doing the things we're accusing y'all of. Right? So now think about
what makes me violently like.
I know.
When I say violent, I mean like
I
makes my blood pressure so high that
you
I feel
gotta
like my little
disassociate,
head
buddy.
is about to. I can't.
If you were different, you would. If you were different, you would.
Yeah.
Look at him. Got him.
Oh man. It's just when I hear this shit, it just makes me so angry. It feels like my literally my head hurts so bad when I think about this shit. It's just like Matt Gaetz. Nothing happened to him. Nothing happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
After it was confirmed. It was confirmed. All the shit that he did was confirmed. And just nothing happened to him.
I haven't seen much from him lately. I don't know what he's been doing. But that nigga has maybe he probably hasn't shut up. I'm sure he hasn't. But he's definitely chilled the fuck out, I suppose.
Yeah, we don't know because we haven't heard shit from him, but he's not.
Yeah, 100%. He's not in the jail and he's not in the gallows either.
Yeah, the gallows is what we really need, but I know we're not getting that. I thought jail was like the bare minimum, but this is what makes me so fucking violently angry and makes me feel like my head is going to fucking squeeze through a vice grip. The fact that these people just keep getting away with it. I don't like the fact that Republicans, literally, just all of these niggas, they just, well, not all of them. Obviously, there's some niggas like Liz Cheney.
Don't give her too much credit.
Who nigga that I'm not giving her credit. I'm just saying she said that Trump should be impeached, and she lost to a nigga that said Trump did not have anything to do with the insurrection. But what I'm getting is most of these Republicans, 90%, all they do is just lie, and they just perpetuate what Trump said, and they're talking about the FBI are criminals and they shouldn't have did what they did. And they everything they say, just every time I hear these niggas speak, I want to fucking murder.
Yeah, bro, please. I'm trying to put an ad on this video. I've
been trying to limit myself this whole
work
time.
Through it. Work too bad.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. I've been trying to limit myself this whole time. This is the first time I said anything. This is the first time I said a bad word.
Said some other things. You know, said the K one too, but it's all right. We'll move to another dude who can hang in the gallows. This time he's a liberal. So for those of you who know Dan Price, anyone know Dan Price? No, that's fine. I've said anyone as if it's only you here. But for those who don't know Dan Price was the guy who went viral. I want to say like 2017. Maybe.
Wait, was that the dude that was having sex with prostitutes?
Why is that? Is that just what every nigga does? Like every nigga you know, that's how you remember niggas. Like,
remember?
Oh yeah, he was getting some buns.
There was a fucking a Democrat guy that was hiring gay prostitutes, and he eventually killed one. And he eventually
yeah, that was the guy in Cali. Yeah, what happened to that guy? That was some guy in Cali. That wasn't Dan Price.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah. I remember that story. Yeah. It was like Ed something. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
But Dan Price is not a he's liberal, but he's not like a politician. He's just the CEO of a company. But he went viral in 2015 because he dramatically cut his own pay so that he could pay all his workers $70,000 each, right? And
You're about to piss me off. I've heard of this guy. You're about to piss me off.
You heard of this guy? Oh, brother. You must know. I might. Yeah, I might. Yeah. So his guy did that. That was great. And again, I've seen him on Twitter a bunch, and he's always, railing against CEOs and rich niggas and this and that. So in terms of politics, I would say his politics probably fall on the liberal side. Now, unfortunately, people are failing to realize, and I guess they're realizing it now because some news just came out, and then there was previous news from a long time ago. But he just recently resigned from his company, Gravity Payments, because of a pending assault charge that he has. Now, I figured, pending assault, he beat a nigga up. So what? It ain't that deep. Yeah. Yeah, these aren't just any assault charges, pal.
They are
these are assaults of the freaky nature. So long story short, he allegedly assaulted he allegedly assaulted a 26-year-old woman. Now, this one was a kind of wild because he allegedly, this is earlier this year, he got charged with misdemeanor assault and reckless driving. After he allegedly attempted to kiss the woman following a business meeting, which is nuts, and then grabbed her by the throat when she rejected his advances, which is also nuts. And after the alleged altercation, he drove to a parking lot and performed donuts in his Tesla while she was still in the car. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Now this is
what the
bad.
fuck is going on?
This is bad. Now, but before you answer
what
this,
the fuck is going on, bro? What the fuck?
Before you answer this, I do want to give you some further backstory because in 2015, it was reported that his ex-wife gave a TED talk in which she, without naming him, pretty much said he waterboarded her.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she was afraid that he was gonna. Look, I mean, I would say I should put a trigger warning on this, but I mean, I don't know how I would do that audioly, and plus, I probably should have did that before I started this. But yeah, no, he was accused of abusing his ex, and there was a lot. There was a lot, and so for me, it was just like a lot of this seemed like theater. Like in hindsight, like I'm not to say that he doesn't actually agree with some of that shit he was saying, but I feel like a lot of this is
Probably
theater.
like a
I think,
goodwill thing, right?
yeah,
He's
like I think
trying to, yeah.
he understood what type of guy he was. He understood how he moved, and I think this is one of those scenarios where people will play it a certain way because it plays better this way. Even if I don't necessarily agree with all of it, it's just a better chance of it playing out this way. And so, yeah, I mean, it's just nasty, and it just leads you to realize that like you don't really know none of these niggas. Like these niggas will sit up here and tell
Clearly
you everything.
no good fucking
Billionaire?
He's not a
Yeah.
billionaire. Is he a billionaire?
Maybe not. Maybe not. Let me
Still
see.
a
Let me
piece of
see. Let
shit.
me see.
There's no good
Nah,
venture
12 million.
capitalist. We can say
12
that.
million. Well, yeah,
No
venture
good venture
capitalists. Yeah, no.
capitalist. Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. Sorry, folks. And I didn't have much else to add on that story. That was just news that came out, and I had been seeing this guy everywhere. And every time I saw him, I kept thinking to myself, "Yo, didn't you waterboard your wife, bro? Don't talk to me about nothing. Nothing.
That's
Nothing. Do you hear me?"
hilarious that that's what you saw because obviously I didn't know the story. So everything I saw about him, it was like, oh wow, he's getting rid of these 70,000. It was all a goodwill fucking I hate these motherfuckers.
PR campaign.
I hate this
PR campaign.
shit, bro. It was all a PR campaign. Oh, I'm giving these niggas my share. Nope. I just waterboarded somebody, so I want y'all to not think about that. And you know what?
He said, got his ass.
I wasn't thinking about it. He got my ass. Yeah.
Got his ass.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Yeah, it's tough, man. And since we are on the topic of celebrities giving musty ass apologies, let's talk about I was gonna say your boy, but that would be very disrespectful. Let's talk about your mage.
My mage?
Your mage, yo.
Nigga.
This is your mage, yo. This is the
like
mage in your party, bro. You don't got no chance but to accept that like this is like after one of the cutscenes and Ezra just in your party now. You're bro, come on.
Oh no, this is like some serious Final Fantasy shit because you'll fight a nigga and then it'll be the cutscene and then that nigga is just in your party.
Yeah, literally, like it's just. Now I gotta play with it. And you look at their stats, bro. What are these moves? Oh my! All right, y'all. I don't want none of this shit. Ezra is seeking treatment for complex mental health issues and issued an apology. Remember, you mentioned this. They gave a three. What was it?
Yeah. Let me do this one. Let me do this one because I love this. So these niggas at DC, they laid out an entire plan for what they said. They have a 3-part plan. The first part is Ezra Miller will go through an entire apology tour and explain what he was thinking while he was acting the fuck up. Obviously, because that nigga was going. They. Sorry,
You never gonna get this.
No, I'm not a bigot. I will get this. They were acting the absolute fuck out. So HBO were saying that Ezra Miller, they wanted to go through apology tour to explain his actions. Second thing was they wanted Ezra Miller to get institutionalized, obviously because they were acting the absolute fuck up.
just beating motherfuckers up.
They were acting the fuck up. So
who won it, nigga? Oh, yo, chill out.
I think third option was they don't release the movie after all that Ezra Miller has done. Guess what they chose? You can go from here because you're gonna say what Ezra Miller is doing right now.
Tell you what, we can't be sure what Ezra Miller chose, but what I will say is that Ezra Miller is seeking treatment for complex mental health issues, and Ezra broke their silence about the troubling behavior that they have exhibited. Yo, get this shit out my face, bro. I'm sorry, yo. Get this shit the fuck out of my face, yo. I don't want to hear this nonsense, yo.
Yeah, so I knew
you do not
as
get to
soon
choke
as they
niggas.
dropped.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
As soon as they dropped a list of what their options were for fucking Ezra Miller and the Flash movie, I knew it was option one. Obviously, somebody got a hold of this nigga. Was like, "Yo," they shook them. They shook them, and it was like, "Yo, yo." Right, Ezra Miller, obviously, now he's going on an apology tour. So the first option that they mentioned, WB, that's what they mentioned. That's the option that they're taking, obviously.
Yeah, like, and that's my thing. It's just like, bro, you got felony burglary, you choked a woman, you got arrested twice in Hawaii, once for disorderly conduct and harassment. You done tried to fight a cop, my nigga. I don't give a fuck about none of these damn apologies. None of these shits. None of these. You understand me? Like, what is this nonsense, dog? Like, I'm sorry. I don't care what type of issues you got, bro. Once you start beating other niggas up, your issues don't matter to me no more. I don't care what your issues is. Get this sick
That's
nigga out of
also
here.
why I don't understand how he's even able to go on these apology tours. Shouldn't he be in jail? Like, what is his bail right now? Like, or what is they? Fuck. What?
Just say Ezra,
what,
bro. Just refer to Ezra by name every time. It'll be so much easier.
Why? So like, he is they have done so much in multiple states.
Yeah, a ton.
Why? How are they even? How are they even still available to fucking? The studio paid for it, but the fact that they're able to still somehow go out. Did you see their apology? Did they record it?
I did.
How was that even possible?
But like, yeah.
Why was that apology not from a jail cell? Like, who got them to and didn't alert the police? Like, what is going on? That nigga needs to be in jail.
I know who got him.
I know, but like, let's take the big corporations and the billions of dollars out of it. Realistically, how the fuck are they not in jail?
Well, the problem is you literally cannot take the big dollars and corporation out of it because that's the answer. Like, that's literally your answer. Like, so you can't remove that part because people will fail to realize, like, they'll talk about race, they'll talk about like gender identity, like, oh, they let. First off, listen, the cops are very, very willing to lock up the LGBT community. So let's not think that's why they're off. It's probably the whiteness. One, and two, the money. Like, let's be honest here. Like, let's just go for the low hanging fruit. We can all see it. They're white, and they've got a studio backing them, $1 billion conglomerate backing them. I mean, that's all you ever would need. You could be black with $1 billion conglomerate backing you, and you're not going to prison. You're not going to jail. I promise you. I don't care who you are. Put it this way: if the Academy would have supported Will Smith after that smack, Will Smith would still be working, getting plenty of jobs. Will Smith would be fine. Because that's a monolith supporting you. So even if a bunch of people individually hated what you did, so Academy said I'm good. So someone dick from the back. You're so yeah, but it just made me think to myself, like, musty ass apologies. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, what's one thing in your past that you think people would try to make you apologize for that you wouldn't apologize for?
Oh, I got an immediate answer for this, and I've actually talked about this on the fucking pod. Actually, no. All I had to say was showing my dick to an entire screen full of people.
Oh, you wouldn't have to apologize for that. That was an accident.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. It was an accident. That's why I wouldn't apologize for it. But I still want to apologize for it because it was a room full of people that weren't expecting that. So I would. I feel like that does deserve an apology.
They'll live. They've been to gym class before.
Wait, were you just seeing niggas' dicks in gym class?
I mean, there was an incidental ones. There was some that there's nothing you can do about it. Like niggas are just moving a certain way, and you're in a room with like 40 other niggas getting naked. Like it's just not. There's only so much you can. Like you ever been to a gym
That's fair.
in a like a gym like a 24-hour fitness gym, bro? There is a naked 60-year-old man in there at all times. It's like it's a requirement to keep the facilities open.
That's fair. You're right. That's definitely fair.
If it ain't a 63-year-old dude in the towel in there and the towel dropped by accident, bro, they will shut that establishment down.
You're right. 100%. Yeah.
Niggas walk in there. Yo, why everybody in here clothed, yo? Where the meat at?
Do I need to do another one, or do you want to do yours?
I could do mine and give you some time to think.
Yeah, I need to think. Wait, what was the original question?
What's something that if people went back, they would like want an apology from you for, but you wouldn't offer one? Specifically, you wouldn't offer like things you wouldn't apologize for that you probably may have to answer for if people were to look into your past.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Mine? I think the one thing I wouldn't apologize for is broke up with one of my exes, and I was talking wild flagrant after that ended. And I think some people would want an apology for that. They would try to extrapolate it and make it seem like that's what I felt about every woman or da da da. And I'm like, no. If anybody's getting an apology, it's her. Y'all niggas ain't getting one. I wouldn't apologize to y'all. Like, I was mad at her. So everything I said applied to her. I don't. If y'all took it as it applying to y'all, then maybe y'all what I said y'all was. I don't know. That's on y'all. Like y'all got to answer for that one. But I mean, because I remember I was, it was flagrant. I was hot, and so I was, like them words that like the words.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was those. There was a lot of those. And my thing is, I'm like, listen, these are directed at one person. Like I said, I'll apologize to that. I think I have already apologized to that one person, but I'm not apologizing to y'all for that because y'all was witnesses. Like that's my whole thing. I'm not apologizing to people who have to witness things. Like I'm not. That's not how my apologies work. Like it's just like you know what I mean. Like if I did something wrong to somebody and I apologize to that person, and now witnesses want me to apologize because they were affected at what they saw. Like dog, nah, I'm sorry, can't do that for you. Can't do that for you. I just can't do it. So, all right. So where do we go from here? We have anything pressing? And we got a couple other things on this list. None of these are really gonna do it for me.
I've been thinking about an apology this entire time.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true. I forgot about that. Well, what's one thing you would never apologize for? That people would expect one from you. I mean, I was gonna go with like something like my distaste for Zionism, but like I feel like that's easy.
No, I'm thinking about something difficult because I could obviously pick some easy shit. Damn, I might need. All right, keep going with the rest of the schedule because I'm still thinking. I can't think. This might sound crazy, but I can't think of anybody that I've done wrong in my life, and so I'm thinking about.
You just different. That's why.
No, that's not it. That's not it. It's just I'm thinking. I'm really trying to. I'm trying to dig deep about regrets. I'm trying to dig deep.
Ooh. All right, well, keep digging.
With the pod. I'll keep trying to
keep digging deep because speaking of digging deep, I'm digging deep in my coin pouch to donate to some of these folks online, because people online need this bread, man. I've seen a lot more GoFundMe's, a lot more there's other sites besides GoFundMe, but I can't remember them. But one thing I did want to mention was I seen there was this one woman who actually, let me back all the way up. They were non-binary. So this one person, they had a GoFundMe on their birthday, I believe, and they were crying in a picture on their birthday. And you already know how I feel about pictures of people posting pictures of themselves crying. I'm not a fan. But it is what it is. So they posted they linked to their, I think, Cash App or something.
Wait. This person posted a picture of them crying on their birthdays.
Yeah, because somebody was like rude as hell or something like that.
I'm gonna let you know right now, there is no possible way on God's green earth I would ever give money to a nigga.
I wouldn't either.
Crying, bro.
I'm just gonna be honest.
No possible way. I'm sorry.
But the good thing is that's not the part that's gonna get you cooked, right? That's not the part at all that anyone. I think most people can like wholeheartedly be like, listen,
how does it get worse?
Well, it gets worse because there are people online, and people online are terrible folks, right? So what ended up happening was person posted this, and then a whole bunch of people pretty much made fun of them, like, you know, like that whole thing where they're like, "Oh, I'm non-binary, I'm escaping an abusive home," and like they made that joke. They did a couple of those things, and I was just like, can I just ask y'all an honest question? Like, what makes y'all so mad about people asking for money? Like, I just don't, like, to the point to where, and hold on, I will read this tweet out loud for you, right? Because the original like response to it was like, a help a non-binary artist pay to get there, and then there's a video of Whoopi Goldberg, and she's like, why don't you get a job? And I was like, dog, people have jobs and still be begging. Okay, anywho, like, bro, there's people working 2 jobs and can't make it, but it's fine, don't worry about it. But anyway, so literally to the point to where, you know, somebody was saying one day we will have an honest conversation about how certain groups weaponize. They didn't capitalize weaponize, but I am emphasizing weaponize their identities to get their bills paid, and then accuse folks of being phobic when it doesn't work out for them. Now, there's a lot to address here, right? The first is the word weaponize. Weaponize is nuts.
Yeah, no, that's fucking.
I'm begging for donations. Weaponize, bro. Weapon is donating a weapon, bro. Is guilt a weapon? Well, guilt is a weapon, but is
all right. So what I will say is, obviously, I don't agree with the fucking piece of shit that said a long time. I thought
it was
whenever
I ain't gonna hold you.
A woman said that.
Yeah, bro, you have to understand. Straight black women are just as bad as straight black.
It was a black one. You keep making it worse. Damn.
That's just dog.
I thought it was a white man that said that.
No, man.
All right, so what I was about to say was, all right, so obviously the person that said what they said are a piece of shit, but at the same time, minorities, obviously us included, because we're black, have been capitalized on for the last like 70 years. So when a lot of people ask for donations on GoFundMe or other donation sites, they'll usually, whenever somebody is a marginalized person, they'll add that into their donation plea
to speak to that group.
And no, what I'm not saying that this is wrong. What I'm saying is a lot of people will say things like, I am a black, trans, disabled person looking for donations.
You put the relevant parts of your identity so the people who relate to that see it, stop and read it. Like, that's kind of the whole point. Yeah,
exactly. And what I'm saying is a lot of people, specifically the obvious parts, don't like that.
Mm-hmm. But then we have to discuss why.
Well, we know why. Because they're fucking pieces of shit.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we think, though, right? But then these people will tell, they can never seem to come up with a good reason for it, right? Because it's like what amazes me, though, right, It's like, first off, it's like weaponizing, bro.
Wait,
Listen,
weaponizing is an insane
yeah,
fucking word.
weaponizing is
Like,
nuts.
you people, I need you to understand that you people,
Yeah, and it's like, I mean,
if
my thing is,
y'all wouldn't be going to see heaven, like, and it's always the Christians that
oh, you
are the
would,
ones that are
yeah.
doing this.
Yeah, I mean, or people who just think they're decent people. And like, my thing is, like, I understand part of it because it's like there's a lot of people who have abused crowdfunding and made it their source of income. So I get that
Yeah.
part. But my whole point is, bro, if that's what you think, just keep it moving. If you're not gonna do the actual research, and that's my problem, right?
And
Like,
also, the people that be abusing crowdfunding, they don't even mention sexuality.
oh no, they do. Oh no, 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 no! Don't do that. They 100% do.
Homeless. No. No, they do, but there's a lot of them that just be like, oh,
Hey,
homeless.
listen, remember Zubat? Remember Zubat from Tumblr? For those who know, believe me, they will use that idea. That, to
I
me,
actually don't know what happened with Zubat.
that example was weaponising your identity,
What
hundred
happened with
percent.
Zubat?
So this one was like, so Zubat was a Tumblr user. I think it was a woman who alleged that she was Native American and that she was a nurse. Da da da.
Oh,
And then set up this whole
but
nonprofit
I heard
for
about a
like
Tumblr
trans
user that was
kids,
Native
and then
American.
yeah. So that's
She
what I'm saying.
escaped with
Like,
all
so
that money, right?
yeah, yeah. So I'm not mad at people for being skeptical, but my problem is
But
there's a
when
difference
you
between,
turn it into, yeah, exactly. When you turn
yeah,
it
there's a
into
difference between being,
weaponization or
yeah,
racism,
there's a difference
yeah.
between being skeptical and being Richard Nixon, and like that's all I'm saying. And you niggas sound like Richard Nixon. Like that's what I'm getting at. Like, ultimately, because it's like, dog, if I really think something, like, again, if it's perfect example, it's like imagine you see a homeless dude on the street, right? And you just get a job. Like, that's how y'all sound, right? Or imagine you see a homeless person on the street and it literally causes you to make a tweet like, yo, one day we're gonna have an honest conversation about how homeless people be using them signs to get their bills paid, and then they accuse folks of being like, listen to yourself. Just
You
swap out
niggas
some
are
of these
watching
nouns.
movies. What was that movie where they had the homeless nigga that was acting up and he got into a fucking Bentley? That was fucking Don't Be a Minute. All right, bro. Satirical movie.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, you niggas are Republicans, bro. And not like you
Oh
niggas are
yeah,
Richard Nixon, bro.
100%.
I shit you not. Y'all
The
niggas are
worst Republican.
Reaganites.
Yeah, I was gonna say, fucking, yeah, no, it's fuck Nixon. It's Reagan.
You niggas are
These are the
Reaganites,
worst
yo.
Republicans, yo.
Because it's just like, bro, if somebody's begging for help and I am apprehensive or whatever it is, like, I just won't donate to you. I'll just scroll right past it. I'm not gonna sit up
I'm
here
not
and run a
gonna
post
shit on
like,
you, yo.
yeah, like, I'm not gonna sit up here and run a whole post about this and that and da da da. And it's just like, bro, no one accuses folks of being, well, actually, no, I have seen that, but like, my whole problem is people have this phenomenon on Twitter of they take somebody with 13 likes and what they say, and then they pretend that that's representative of everyone, right? So, for example, like, I could talk to one woman, right, and she says something about womanhood, and then I pretend that's what women in mass believe when she's just one nobody and a dumb nobody at that. And it's just like, y'all do it on purpose for certain groups y'all don't like. And I know, and I see it. I see it all the time. When it's the LGBT community, y'all find that one gay person that piss you off and pretend that that's what they all do. Same thing with white folks. Y'all find that one white person you don't like. See, this is why I don't share nothing with white people. This is why I'm not friends with white people. And it'd be one white person who's clearly an idiot, and you would have realized that a long time ago. They would have never been your friend because they would have shown you they were an idiot. So people do this all the time where they just, we talk about weaponizing identities. That's what y'all niggas are doing. Y'all take one non-binary person begging for money on their birthday of all days, bro, and then pretend it's like trying to do this to get your bills paid. Bro, you bitter bitch. You go get a job. You go get a job, bro. Like, that's the part that's nuts to me. Like, and you know what the funniest part is? Shorty got a link tree. I'm looking at it right now. The one who made this dumbass tweet got a link tree talking about some LGBT plus inclusive, and she hosts events. Flirty Thursdays, frequency Fridays. I'm like, bro, you
What the
bitches be
fuck?
losers, yo.
Yeah.
Y'all be real deal losers. This is what I try to get people to understand, bro. The losers aren't just the men. It's so many straight women that's losers. And I don't even know if she's straight. It's so many women that's just losers, just dorks, absolute dweebs.
I mean, you got it that are, you know what? No, it doesn't matter because women are women.
Yeah.
I was about to say, obviously, straight woman would not be okay with bisexual. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
The funniest part is that somebody literally posted like, "Shorty, I went on your page and searched Cash App, and you've been begging since 2018. I would sit this one out." And then her response to it was, "But do you see me mention my sexuality or identity anywhere in these tweets?" I was like, "Yo, you're a loser, bro. Go to hell. Go to hell.
Okay.
Go to
Yeah,
hell.
no,
Go to
you're a
hell. Go to
fucking
hell. Go to
piece of
hell. Go to
shit.
hell. Go
Yo,
to hell. Go to
die.
hell. Go to hell. Go to hell. Go
Die.
to hell. Go to hell." Like no. No, like, bro, you're still a beggar. I don't understand. How are you any different than the person? What, you just didn't weaponize your identity, so you're superior to the beggar, even though y'all both live on the same street? Like, it just makes no sense. Like, bro, it's just people will come up with any and every way they can to make themselves feel superior to somebody else. And I'm telling you right now, y'all losers. All of y'all, man, woman, even if you're non-binary doing this, y'all are losers, bro. Like, because these people suffer at unprecedented rates, and all you have to do is look away. If you don't want to pay no attention to it, just look away. But instead of looking away, you gonna make fun of niggas' plights, not donate, stop other people from donating. It's just like, and for what? And you gonna try to tell me that's not biphobic or that's not you know what I mean? Like, bro, you're a bigot. In one way or another, you're a bigot and you're a loser. You're an absolute loser. And it's the reason why niggas like y'all don't be winning in life. While y'all struggle as much as y'all struggle. And I'm gonna make sure y'all continue to struggle because y'all are losers. So that's about it. What is this? I don't ever want to see this wasp again. But yeah, so let's but yeah, so we talked about that. We got some more content on here. I just don't really feel like talking no more. I'm not gonna hold you. I think we could push some of this back. We still had a little bit on.
I'm hungry, so
yeah. Let's get about it. We had a little bit on NH and Evo and the NIL, but I don't know how, of those three. I think maybe NH I'll just give up. Rest in peace to NH. That's about all I got. Evo we'll talk about at some point because I do think it's important. Because I think it reverberates in a bigger sphere than just video games. I think it's a media issue, not just a video game issue. But yeah, we'll get to that.
What's going on with Evo? Well, we can talk about this off stream.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could just give you a quick rundown, and so people will know what to look. Because we'll talk about it.
I gotta go take a piss.
Oh, okay. Now. All right. Well, all right. Well, yeah. Go ahead, and I'll just close this out.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Themilton. Ladies and Themilton.
Everything's
oh, okay, he just left. Anyway, so yeah, man, it's been another pod. It was very political today, so I do apologize for those who aren't interested, but you'll just have to deal. That's all. You'll just have to live through it. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all being here for another one, episode 62. It's been a good one. It's been a doozy. We're gonna come back stronger next week. You already know how it go. And yeah, man, y'all have a great week, man. Y'all be safe out there. And make sure y'all remind Joe Biden about them loans. You heard?